My name is Erik Olsen, and I am the West Coast video correspondent for Quartz.com, which is part of the Atlantic Monthly. I was given the assignment to be the West Coast video correspondent for the New York Times. The New York Times then went through some transitional periods, and I decided that going with a younger and cooler and more flexible company that was doing really cool stuff and sort of back in startup mode again was more appealing. And so the New York Times had offered a buyout to a lot of people, and I thought, well, I'm going to take the money and run and go with this new company that will let me do the kinds of things that I really want to do. I am a very curious person, and I spend a lot of time just looking around online at cool things. And I go down a lot of rabbit holes. So I think I was looking at a movie, and I literally noticed the same plane interior in two different movies. And I thought, that's interesting. Clearly, they filmed this in the same place. And a little Googling later, I found there is a place in Van Nuys called Air Hollywood. And that is the #1 global studio for airplane interiors and exteriors and airport shots. For commercials, less so for movies now, but for commercials and for other television. I called them up and I said, I'm with Quartz. I'd like to do a profile of your company and how you do what you do. Can I come by? And within the next week, I was there. I will usually try to pick up some B-roll first so that I get the lay of the land, so that I understand what the possibilities are for future interviews, and so that I can spend time with the person I'm interviewing and have them tell me a bit off camera about their work and who they are. The most challenging part about video is making sure that you got all the material that you need for your story in the field, because if you didn't get the shot, you don't have it. And everything in video needs to be explained visually. You have to think of that stuff on your own, and you have to be doing it at 100 miles an hour every moment in the field. And so that's difficult. I would say to any person starting out to be a video journalist, practice, practice, practice. There are stories around every corner, behind every door, down every street. Knock on doors, talk to your butcher, talk to your grandfather, your uncle. Don't worry whether that story is going to go on the front page of the New York Times. It could go on your blog, it can go on Facebook, it can go on, in an email to your mom, whatever it is. But practice, 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 because it is a skill set.
Your delay, and then order coffee, and then right underneath that is the Bomb Russia button, of course.